Hey, Nathan Peterson here, OCD and anxiety specialist. That good old rumination. It plagues us all. The overthinking, the anxiety, the stress. Let's discuss why rumination fuels anxiety and OCD, and I'm going to teach you how to stop it. Rumination is an obsessive thought pattern that many people with anxiety and OCD experience. It can be so extremely debilitating. It's an endless cycle of thoughts that can lead to feelings of anxiety, stress, and depression, making it difficult to move forward. In this video, we're going to explore the reasons why rumination is so harmful, and I'm going to provide you with some practical tips on how to stop it. Well, I use the word stop it, but we'll get there. So let's get started. Rumination is an obsessive thought pattern that can occur in many different situations. It's essentially just repetitive thoughts over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Could be about anxiety, stress, depression, past mistakes. Why did I do that? Could this happen? Can I problem solve this even though there's no answer to it? And we tend to focus on those negative experiences, negative thoughts. Those are the ones that are replaying over and over again. It's not the positive things. It's the what ifs that can lead to this distorted perception of reality, making it difficult to see these things in a more positive light. Rumination fuels anxiety and OCD. It keeps people stuck in this cycle of this negative thinking. The worst case scenarios, they escalate. Often people feel panic. They feel fear. It's difficult to break this cycle. This often leads to compulsive behaviors. Those are the things that people do to get these thoughts to just stop, or they're problem solving it. As it can feel so overwhelming, there's often depression that comes along with this. So this is what you're here for. One of the most effective ways to stop ruminating is through exposure and response prevention. It involves exposing yourself to those things, those triggers that cause anxiety, or even the obsessions. And you also prevent yourself from engaging in any safety behaviors or compulsive behaviors. This helps break the cycle of anxiety and OCD, allowing you to move forward. So here's where you start. First, recognize what you're even ruminating about. Write them all down. Put them in 3 categories: past, present, future. Then we take each one and you identify if you have control over it. I would bet you the thing you're fearing or ruminating about is something you have zero control over, whether it's already happened or it's something that could happen, which takes us to the next point. Why are we thinking about something we have zero control over? Well, because our brain has a hard time accepting that we have zero control over it. Because that's the brain's job, but we need to give it a new job. We're not giving that any power anymore. When your brain is thinking, instead we're going to see if it's on this list that you've created. And you're going to give various responses. You know, that could happen. Sure. Hey, thanks for that. Totally. I love that you came back to my mind today. Sweet. Even during this test that I'm taking, that's awesome. Hey, right in the morning? Love it when you get here in the morning. We're kind of messing with the brain a little bit, because when you agree with it, you're like, yeah, man, hope it happens. What a cool thought. I want more of those. Please come back.
No, come back, come back.
I'm so glad I said something embarrassing. I'm going to do it again. The brain's like, what are you doing? I'm warning you, you're in danger. That's why I keep thinking about it. What really ends up happening is that you're teaching your brain that the thought that wants you to keep problem solving that you have no control over is useless. Or the thing you're ruminating that happened in the past, you still have no control over, is useless. So saying all these thoughts, that means you want it to happen? No. The body even produces feelings of guilt and shame just because you haven't figured it out yet. It's like, don't defy me. Some suggest that to stop ruminating, you allow yourself to accept that you're ruminating. Let the thoughts be. Don't move them. Don't answer them. Don't control them. Don't do any of the things I just said. Let them be. Different things work for different people. This is taking the mindfulness approach. Let me set timers throughout the entire day to take a moment to have a thought and practice not putting any judgment on them. And it might be like 30 timers a day. If the thought keeps coming, we welcome it. Let it be your buddy. The more we push it, the more it pushes back. Think of how your brain is really just trying to protect you, but it's really doing a poor job. So there's those 2 approaches. Literally do nothing, or respond to it as if you just don't care. You might figure out which one works best for you. Think about your thoughts as a time machine, and it can take you to the future. When you ruminate, you're using a time machine to travel to the future, but it hasn't even happened yet. You're imagining the worst case scenario. The problem is you don't actually have a time machine and you can't predict the future. So by focusing on the present moment, you can break the cycle of rumination and anxiety. Your brain's tricking you to think that you have a time machine, but you don't. It's important to remember that rumination is not problem solving. When we ruminate, we're not actually finding solutions. We're just replaying it over and over and over in our minds. This can lead to feelings of hopelessness, despair, and it makes it difficult to move forward. So what do you have control over? Oh, I can go play a video game right now. I can go have fun with my friends. I can go on a walk. Things that are tangible, that's where we want to live. Rumination can feel so automatic at times, which is why we have these mindsets and tools. And we set up these timers to be like, I'm gonna find you before you find me. We tend to believe that pushing a thought away is the smartest thing to do, or to avoid it. I hear it all the time on TV shows and movies and life. But what happens when we say, think about something else, do something else? We've just flagged this as important. So when we flag something important, it's gonna keep coming back. We don't need it. Let's give it a different tag. Doesn't matter if there's 1,000 thoughts, 10,000 thoughts a day. They actually do start slowing down when we're just not giving it anything. So at the beginning when I said stop your thoughts, it's not literally stopping your thoughts. It's changing your relationship with these, allowing them to reduce all on their own. Some people, thoughts do stop. They just don't really have these negative thoughts as often, but everyone's gonna have them. So it's not 100%. I do wanna help you on your journey to recovery, which is why I created my step-by-step course, Master Your OCD. I'm gonna link that down in the description. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. For more mental health tips, this is the place that you need to be. You are not alone. Also in the comments, tell me what you ruminate about. Are there things your brain just will not let go? Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.